What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Dolphins Daily, your daily dose of Dolphins content with your boy, Chris Kane. We talking Dolphins, you know the vibes. So, the offensive line, the number one topic of discussion in the offseason outside of Tyreek. One of our tackles who was there's a position called a swing tackle. Swing tackles are basically, they can play either tackle if somebody goes down. They're really valuable to a team, actually, because tackles get hurt. I mean, literally, Austin Jackson got hurt this year. Before, we know what Teron Armstead has been before, so having a third tackle that can fill in, pretty important thing. Unfortunately, Kendall Lamb got hurt during the year and back injury. He was out for like basically the whole year. And he said before the year, "This is my last ride. I'm on the way out. I'm retiring." So we said, "Okay, cool." That may have led to Patrick Paul being drafted. Who knows? So after missing most of the season, going into his 12th year, Kendall Lamb decided, "I'm not done. I want to come back." Now, some of y'all are like, "Oh, cool. That's going to be good for the offensive line." Not exactly. First of all, he is a free agent. So he is part of the team, but not really. And there's been no discussion up until this point of bringing him back. One, we didn't think he was coming back at all. Two, the last time he did play wasn't great. Three, he's coming off a bad injury. Now he's saying in the offseason, I'm moving weights around, I'm feeling strong, my body's feeling good, I'm ready to get back out there. And maybe he feels that way now, and maybe he still can. But he has not recently shown that, and I don't know what kind of money he's expecting. The team hasn't dismissed that he can come back, but we'll see. As of now, we're still assuming Teron is coming back. Austin's going to come off injury, and Patrick Paul is our third at this point, right? So even if he came back, he's fourth on the depth chart at his position. Eesh. I think he would almost certainly force his way out if we even thought about re-signing him. So I don't know the market for him. Teams are usually desperate for offensive line, so I do think if he passes the physicals, if he is probably willing to take a little bit less than he probably wants, somebody will sign him. Probably won't be Miami. I don't know if he's capable of playing other positions. He hasn't for us. So and maybe if he's like, "Yo, try me at guard," and because if he says that at the right price point, he knows the offense already, there may be a win there. I haven't heard any indication that he wants to change positions. I just heard, "Hey, I came back. Hey, man, I got bills to pay." Nah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure. The NFL money, when it's gone, is gone. But when you feel you can play, you don't really get to get this back. There's no other thing like football. So he wants to come back. It's probably not going to be with the Dolphins, but, let's keep some fingers crossed and maybe. But I would say unlikely. Now, like some of you guys, I've been watching the combine, and I'll be honest, I've been watching the highlights of the combine. The combine's long. It's a lot of downtime. I think it's actually kind of overrated. It's a weird thing because there's so much film on all these players that if you just said, "Oh, you had a good combine, now I like you," that tells me your scouting is probably bad, right? Most of these people have played between, let's say, 15 if they play one full season, like 15 games to upwards of 50, right? Depending on how long they've been in the league and bowl games and stuff. So if you're like, "Yeah, I got 44 games of film, but he ran a 4.42," what? You didn't watch the film? "Yeah, but he's 5'11" instead of 6 foot, so it's like, but did you watch him play in the SEC championship game? Yeah, we saw him. He just that's weird. Like you're hearing it with all the quarterbacks, like, "Oh, Cam Ward won't throw, so I don't know." Like, is that leadership? Like, have you not seen? He's been in college for 5 years. How much throwing do you need? Shador won't throw. He will throw at his pro day. Also, how many throws do you need someone to see? Well, you want to be like standing behind him, like with a radar gun, like a pitcher. Regardless, sometimes combines can make you a star. It happened to DK Metcalf. Um, this probably happened to more people, but DK is the one that stood out the most because DK went from, "Oh yeah, he's a good receiver at Ole Miss," to, "Yo, that guy may be generational," and he was really good, and then now he's probably overrated. But yeah, he definitely broke the combine. Byron Jones broke the combine. A few other people have done that. Anyway, this year it's been Nick Emmanwori, who's a safety for South Carolina, and you guys know I'm an SEC guy. He is very good. He's probably safety number 2 or 3. Um, he's physically bigger than safeties 1 and 3. If you have like Xavier Watts and Malachi Starks is 1 and 3, he is bigger than both of them. He's been compared to Derwin James. Now, I grew up in Gainesville. I am a Gator fan by birth. Derwin James went to Florida State. Even I like Derwin James in college. It's just I like the way he plays. I like his tenacity. I was a big fan of Derwin James. I was hoping he would go to a good team. He's been with the Chargers his whole career. I'm just a Derwin James fan. I'm a defender. I know people were saying at one point, "Oh, Buda Baker might be the best safety," and like you can throw whoever you want out there. I think Kyle Hamilton is currently the best safety, but that's fine. You can give me Derwin James any day of the week. Foxhole me. That's crazy. He could be in my foxhole. Better. Maybe. You know what I'm saying. I think Derwin James is really, really good. Probably not like Hall of Fame-ish, but one that like Hall of really, really good. I think Derwin James is going to be in that class. I bring it up because Nick is compared most favorably to Derwin James. He's actually bigger, a little taller, a little heavier, but just as fast, if not faster. That's awesome, right? He's actually physically more comparable to Sean Taylor. Like he's obviously smaller. Sean Taylor's 230 running a 4.3. But in terms of just freak overall athlete, I know Sean Taylor in Miami is like, don't touch it. I'm not saying he's Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor for sure is more polished. Derwin James for sure more polished. The idea is that Nick at his apex could be Pro Bowl, borderline All Pro. I see like a Cam Chancellor, Derwin James kind of hybrid, right? He's a really, really, really good tackler, which is a big deal because if you're coming from free, you're coming downhill, right? You're the one filling run gaps. You're the one blitzing. You're the one like guarding tight ends. You're the one in the slot. Really big position. He's not as like ball dominant as Malachi is, but he's just a physical force. He's a thumper with other skills on top of it. I don't think his physical gifts have manifested as much as the combine has shown, but this does give Miami options because we mentioned Malachi is the number one safety on basically every board. I haven't seen anything that really says he shouldn't be. But if for some reason Miami thinks Nick and Malachi are like this, right? Malachi will probably get picked up if Miami doesn't take him somewhere between 14 and 20. I believe Nick could fall into the 20s. Like past 20, maybe he'll stop at a team like Baltimore who needs a second safety kind of, and you pair him up with Kyle Hamilton. Oh my God. So if you think I think Nick and Malachi are here, we could trade back, maybe pick up a couple of picks, and then still get a dude we think could be at the same level. I think that's an awesome opportunity. I like SEC players generally. I was a big fan of Minka Fitzpatrick, big fan of Patrick Surtain, big fan of Tyrann Mathieu, Derek Stingley, you name it, DBs in the SEC, I'm here for it. Because I just think they just come at each other. It's this, right? So the fact that he's been in the SEC, South Carolina wasn't awesome this year, but they were pretty solid. I think he would be a great pickup for the team. I think Malachi is still where the team wants to go. But we got some time left. And if we decide that they're closer than we think they are, why not trade down, pick up some more picks and fortify the line with your second, maybe we pick up a third, and you can actually draft back-to-back offensive linemen, then maybe a running back in the fourth. So your first 4 picks, you pick safety, 2 linemen, running back. What are we talking about? That's awesome. I'm not a draft fan. I'm just saying that would be great. Hire me. Finally, Javon Holland, our current safety. We want me to talk about Nick if Javon was coming back. Javon is not coming back. Let's just say that right now, right? And I've been saying the Colts are the team most connected to him, but Dan Graziano came out recently and said he thinks the Panthers actually are the team that to look out for, and that the price range they're looking at is about like 4 years, $68 million, 4 years, $70 million. They're right in that range, right? So they're getting basically what Xavier McKinney got for Green Bay last year. That's kind of what the point is. I don't think Javon is as good as Xavier personally, so I would be surprised if they give him more than Xavier. I can see them matching it, maybe going 465, something like that. But the Panthers, one, awful in the secondary. I don't listen. They drafted J.C. Horn, top 10. And they said, this is our guy. He might be the best corner. I know he's made Pro Bowls. I've seen J.C. Horn play probably 10 to 12 times. I don't think he's him. I'm just gonna say it. I'm a big fan of Joe Horn, JC. I see a guy with a lot of skills who's just never really refined his game. But if he ever does become the person he should become. And then you throw Javon back there, you now have two young, really good DBs. Carolina's offense is actually okay. Their defensive line and linebackers really good. Secondary trash. So they have money. Um, and I think Javon kind of wants to cash out. I don't see him being like, I want to go to a contender only. I've never heard him say that, which means if you got money, you got me. Hey, how much you paying? Yeah, I can pull up. Where? Yeah. For how much? Yeah, your boy pulling up. Yeah, I'm on the way. I don't care who it is. Jacksonville? Yeah, I'm here, baby. What you need? Like, it's that. It can be that. Cleveland? Huh? Yeah, okay. You cutting the check, though, right? If you pay him, I think he'll pull up. And I think Carolina has a decent future. I'm a Bryce Young fan. I know some people don't like him. He's undersized, whatever, whatever. I like Bryce. And I think if they keep Canales there and they keep coaching that team up, I do think Holland can be really good on that team. And again, as I mentioned before, I have no beef with Javon Holland. It's a money thing. You got too good. You overplayed what we thought you would be. We can't afford you. Wish you all the best. So if he goes to Carolina, he's out of the division, which is awesome. And maybe that team can start competing for a division, and maybe Javon can have a decent career. We'll see what happens. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in to Dolphins Daily. We appreciate the love and support. We're closing in on 600 subs, which is absolutely crazy. This is episode 49, I believe, so far exceeded my expectations. I appreciate all y'all do. Keep telling your friends, keep subbing, keep liking. We'll see you guys next time with Dolphins Daily. Peace.